Do you ever think like, I don't understand why I'm always so stressed financially? Like, I make so much money. I make enough money. Like, why can't I just save? My name is Gaby Rincon. I'm a money coach and financial strategist. And like one of the best cases of clients that I've had that like this was her issue. Her name is Sara. She's a first generation Latina entrepreneur. Her business weighed well into the six figures year after year. Like, on paper, it was like, why are we struggling so much? But those struggles look like missed payments, look like consistent overdraft fees, like regularly being in the negative balances, even though like sometimes she would be making like 20K months, sometimes it was 10K months, you know? And at the end of the day, the reason why her income did not match her expenses, did not match her like lived experience is because she was not engaged with her finances at all. She was actively avoiding them. She would not like to open her bank account. She didn't have any kind of a budget. There wasn't a system in place at all. Everything was very reactive. And what happens when we move into being financially intentional, we are proactive. We are projecting. We're looking at what money is going to be coming in and where can we align our values? Like, what do we want for our life? In this year, in 6 months, in 5 years, in 20 years, how do I need to allocate my funds right now in order to make those things a reality? That being proactive and engaging in your finances now is what ultimately totally changed her money story. I joke all the time that we put her into like money therapy. So once a week, we sat down for 3 months and we mapped out not only her business financials, but also obviously the funnel into her personal financials. And it was a consistent like de-threading, like detangling of her business expenses versus her personal expenses, because oftentimes for entrepreneurs especially, things can get muddy. But it's so important that we keep clear records, clear books, so that basically we're not overstraining our budget and we're also not overstraining our personal finances either. In the course of those 3 months, I saw her switch from somebody who was like avoiding everything, like would dread meeting with me, to then by the end of it, she was preparing and leading everything herself. And I was kind of almost like the audience member. I was like the cheerleader being like, yup, that is absolutely sound. So by the time we got to her graduation, as we call it, there was already a financial practice in place. So now she regularly on Mondays looks at her finances, not only for the week, but also adjust anything coming up in the next couple months, in the next quarters. She saw things like no longer needed to take out a loan in order to pay her tax bill. She saw things like no longer needing to just consistently work, even while she was on vacation. She was able to finally take a 2-week vacation, completely not working at all, because we had created a system that would allow her business to save for PTO. Also has a savings account of more than $20,000. Like, considering she was always at zero or negative, like, wow, what a win in itself, right? Plus, she opened a Roth IRA and has been contributing to it consistently, which, considering she used to straight up say things like, I'm never gonna invest, that's way too much like gambling. Like, again, wow. These are the kinds of wins that happen, the kinds of changes that happen when you spend the time, the resources, and like investing in your financial literacy, investing in developing a practice that will make you healthy, aligned in terms of your finances, and make sure to balance like not only the present, but also the future. It's all about financial stability, security, and that comes by engaging with your finances. If you're really ready to make any of these changes, look into my 6-month package build effective money habits in 6 months, or transform 12 months, 12 sessions, 12 payments to really make sure that we transform your finances and going from dysfunction to completely empowered. Otherwise, follow along for more money tips.